So that's how it's gonna go. That's how it's gonna go. Okay. Today, today, today we're talking about. Today we're talking about being conscious. Being conscious. What does that mean? You hear a lot of people use that word. First of all, good morning. Good morning. And you're here with Chillin with Lady Chill. I'm Lady Chill, and just kind of jump right into it. But we're talking about being conscious, and um, and so what you hear a lot of people say um, that we need to be conscious, and that means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Like, but we, but it's a true statement. It's a true statement. We do need to be conscious. We need to be conscious of a lot of things because it fuels our life, the things that we're conscious of, because um, our thoughts create feelings, and then those feelings compel you to act. So you have a thought. That thought, you become obsessed with that thought, and then that thought starts to trickle down into your heart and cause you to have a feeling about what you're thinking. And then you start feeling overwhelmed with this thought. And you start to believe what you're thinking. And then you start to act on what you're thinking and what you're feeling. So, to be conscious is a true statement because that thought is going to turn into a feeling that's going to propel you to act. And we have to think about the things like when we have negative thoughts, we have to hurry and race to get those negative thoughts out of our head because those negative thoughts can manifest into something um, that's that can be detrimental to our lives. It alters what was. What, say for instance, you wake up and you have your day planned out and you're going about your day, and then somebody say something to you or do something to you, and you have this thought about that situation, and you can't get this thought out of your head, and you continuously thinking about this thought, then you start having a feeling based on what you've been feeding yourself. This thought is food. It's just feeding you, and then all of a sudden you're not having a good day, and then you're not having a good day, and then you start to act on that feeling because now you're projecting outwardly what you are feeling, and you're projecting it towards yourself, towards things, towards other people, and then it's a domino effect because now people see you in a certain way when in reality that's not even how you really are, but you allowed that thought to dictate your day, and people who've never met you and it was their first time meeting you, first impression, now they have a bad impression about who you are because you were having a bad day, and that bad day was got out of control. Basically, it got out of control. You didn't rein in those thoughts, and well, you didn't kick those thoughts out when they first came into your head, and they manifest into a feeling, and you didn't fight those feelings, and then those feelings start, and then you start acting on it. So you know, we we set our own paths in life, you know, with our choices, which are derived from our thoughts, with our behaviors, which are derived from our thoughts, um, from our feelings, which are derived from our thoughts. And everything that we do or say or feel is a direct is a direct it's from us. Like, we created our days. We created situations in our days. We play a part in everything that we do. Yes, there's other people that play parts in it and may play major parts in it, but it's how we react to their part that will either benefit us or not benefit us. So it's hard though. It's hard, like, to 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 allow certain things to take place, and still try to be uh, positive, and try to, like, when a situation is like heated, and it's going on, and you right in the moment of it, and you're trying to get hold of the situation within yourself, like, and you're trying to be conscious of what you're saying and how you say what you say, so that you you diffuse the situation instead of uh, compelling it into something greater than what it is. As far as negativity, you don't want to be the gasoline in the situation. You want to smolder that and put that out. So yeah, we play major parts in what we experience throughout the day. And I was thinking about that last night, how I want my life to be, and how I know that if I don't put, and I don't know if you guys are spiritual or whatever, but I believe that Jehovah God is God, and I have to put him first before all things, and I have to think about the things that are pleasing to him in the process of me dealing with the rest of the world, because I know who I used to be. I know who I used to be and who I can be again. So um, I try to, I've learned some things throughout my growing process in life that, like, I don't want to go back to being that person or living that kind of life. I want to I want to I enjoy where I am now compared to where I came from. I enjoy the life I have now, and I don't want to go back to where I was. So I practice. I try very hard. I try very hard to look at how I think in situations. And this is not to say that because you're conscious and because you make these changes that everybody's going to be pleased with you and how you moving compared to how you used to move, because a lot of times people get used to the old you and how the old you used to move, and you know, and how, because when you're that person, and you people get used to that person, and then when you start to grow from that person, then those people don't then they don't know who you are now. In a way they do know you, but something has changed and they don't know what it is. And and so it causes some uncomfortability in all is required is that they embrace your change. Embrace that you're trying to change for the better. You know, you're still the same person to a degree. To a degree, you're still the same person. Like you, you, you look at your qualities that you find not so beneficial to you, and you listen to different people that mean something to you, that you love, and that opinion you respect, and you listen to. And when I say listen, I'm not saying you do what they tell you to do. I'm saying you hear what they're saying. You hear the things that they say. And they say things and they don't even know you hear things in what they're saying. You know, they say things that they just out of regular conversation that you might go like, okay. And it'll make you do an evaluation of yourself, because you look at them in a way that is, you care about what they think to a degree. You care about what they think to a degree. And so you look at what they say, like if they talking about, oh, I don't like this type of thing or that type of thing, and then you might evaluate yourself and say, well, do I do that thing, or am I that thing? And then you start to think and think, and you keep thinking back and try to see if anything you've done in your life reflects that you have those qualities. And if you find those qualities, then you start to try to change those qualities, because these are the people that you want to be around. You chose to be around because you care about them, you love them. It's something about them that makes you happy. And so you you want to, their company makes you happy, and you want your company to make them happy. It's a give and take. And so you start to look at yourself, and you try to, you know, you want to become a better person for the people that you care about, and then for, and if it's something that is pleasing to God. Now if they saying that this thing right here, that they don't like this, and that's something that is pleasing to God, then they just gonna have to not like that, you know. But if you're doing something that is not pleasing to God and it's something that's causing the people that you care about some problems, then why not change it? Why not change it? It's, I mean, it's going to benefit you. Anything that is pleasing to God is going to benefit you. So, and the thing about, we all are connected as people. People need people, and that's just the way it is. Like, we all need each other to survive because that's the way it was made. People need people. And so you want to build great relationships with people. You want to build working relationships with people. And you want to be looked upon in a positive. So when you get thoughts that are negative, you kick them thoughts out and try to think of something positive to put in the place of that thought. And you keep thinking it and keep some positive affirmations. When you get a negative thought in your head, for every negative thought, you should have a positive affirmation to counter it, so that you keep feeding yourself the positivity, and that's kicking that negativity out of your head. And so that when you feed yourself this positivity, it's going to trickle down to your heart, and then you're going to act on it, and you're going to be a positive person. Even if you just have to say, when you get the negative thoughts, that whatever the thought is, that is not who I am. I am this person. And then you put in your head the person that you want to become. I'm this person. I'm not that person. I'm this person. This is who I am. And keep feeding yourself that. And guess what? Subconsciously, you're going to start acting on that thought. Let me tell you something about thoughts. I mean, you know they're connected to your self-esteem. And when sometimes, like, a person could say the most horrible things to a person, and it won't phase them. It won't phase them. And the reason why it don't phase them is because they know that's not who they are. And they don't have to argue with you. They don't have to refute you. And also, unless it's like just straight bogus, like some slanderous stuff that somebody might really believe, but you know it's not true of you, you might say, that's not true about me, and I'm not going to let you say that about me, because you saying that, and people hearing you say that might just believe that. And you'll tell them, no, that's not who I am. You'll refute that, but you're not going to continuously argue with them about that point. You're just going to state your facts. And then when they keep saying the stuff, you've stated your fact that that's not who you are, and you're not going to argue that point. And then you're going to let them continue to spew the rhetoric, because it's not who you are, and you don't have to argue that. But here's the thing, though. The only time something can phase you is if something, like when somebody's saying something bogus, it cannot be true. It cannot be true. But if you believe it about yourself, and they say it out of their mouth, that's when it have an effect on you. That's when it affects you. And it don't even have to be true. It don't even have to be true. But if you think it of yourself, it could be something deeply inside of you that you think of yourself. And they don't even know you think that about yourself, but they saying stuff, spewing negativity out of their mouth, and happen to say that thing, and it'll hit you way deep inside where you feel it about yourself in the first place. And that's when it'll have effect on you. So yeah, um, I am going to take a brief intermission because I have to take care of a little matter, but I will be right back. Okay, I appreciate you waiting, and yeah, so it only phases you when it only phases you when you think it of yourself. That's when stuff have an effect on you. When you feel